Alright, Brush Monkeys, we are back with what I hope to be the last Quarant Tuesdays video. If not the last, then certainly the next to last. Because, and I say I hope because I still have not received my return to work orders yet. So hopefully those will be coming soon. By the time this airs, it'll be about middle of July. So I'm hoping we're going back to work then. If not, I'll do, I might do one more figure after this, and then call that done, because this will actually be the 13th one. Don't want to end on an unlucky number, you know. So we're continuing with the Forgotten Realms Heroes books, and this week we're doing Robyn. She's this one right here. Here she is. And got her all zenithal primed and based and everything. I worked out the color schemes a little while ago. Next week, if we do it, we'll be doing Wolfgar here. Yeah, I've got some adjustments to make to his color scheme. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this girl. I'm going to pause and get the paints out that I need, and then we'll come back and start working on her. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, I'm back, and I made a little progress. I got all the colors picked out on her, and then I got some of it painted. So as you can see, I did her flesh in Guilliman flesh. I did her staff, the feathers along the back of her cloak, and this bird here in Wildwood. I'm going to dry brush the bird and the feathers with Sylvaneth bark. Here. I'm going to do, did her hair in Blood Angels red. I think it looks really good. I've got thinned down skeleton horde for the cloak, just to kind of get that sort of pale tan color, which I think looks really good. I got snakebite leather for her tunic, her wristbands, and her boots, and Dark Angels green for the base and her pants. And the base is also going to get a dry brush of Niblet green when it's done. So yeah, so far she's looking pretty good. I just finished painting the cloak, so it's still kind of wet. So I'm going to let that sit and dry for a little bit. And then we'll come back and paint some of the rest of her. Alright, so I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, I've made some more progress. And she's coming along pretty quickly, as they usually do when contrast paints are involved. Let me zoom in on this a little bit here. As you can see, I didn't like how dark the skin was. I thought as a redhead she should probably have a lot paler skin. So I redid the skin, and I just did that with a base of Wraithbone, and then went back over with thinned down Guilliman flesh. I did about a 2-to-1 ratio of thinner and contrast paint, and got that nice and thinned down. So now it's got some definition to the skin, but it's still kind of pale. Also did her leather and her pants, and those all look pretty good. And I did the headband that she was wearing, the leather headband. And I really like how that came out. I like how the thinned down skeleton horde on the cloak looks a little scratchy, like it's rough woven, which is nice. So that's pretty much all the contrast paints done on. Oh, I did the base too, and that's still kind of wet. So I'm going to leave that some time to dry, but that's pretty much all the contrast paints done on her, and I think she looks pretty good. Like I said, the base is going to get a little bit of Niblet green dry brush. I'm also going to do the base band in Vallejo Game Color heavy black green. That's a good opaque green that doesn't require a whole lot of layers to go over it. And then the feathers along her shoulders here and the bird are going to get a light dry brush of Sylvaneth bark. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I've got the Vallejo brown rose out to do her lips. So I'm going to do all of those, and then I'll let it sit for a little bit and let the base dry and some of those other contrast paints dry, and then we'll come back and finish her up. Alright, I think because she's got such a big expanse of base here, I may go ahead and glue If I've got any of those wildflower tufts left, I may glue some of those on, or glue some of the brighter green battlefield tufts on there, just to give it a little more interest, because that's kind of a lot of base space on there for her. But I like how she's coming out so far. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and let that stuff dry, and then we'll come back and get some more done. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, so I've dry brushed the bird and the feathers, and you can see I definitely got a little more definition in there, as well as being a slightly different color than the wildwood there. And I also dry brushed the base, so you can see that nice bright niblet green showing up on there. And I painted and layered the base band, so you can see that's still kind of wet. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to glue on some of these Army Painter meadow flower tufts. I'm going to flip this up here. I'm almost running out of these. I'm going to need to get some more, but I think pick some of these little yellow flowers here and glue them onto the base just to give it a little bit of interest. And then I think we're going to call it done. So yeah, so I've made some pretty good progress on this girl right now. I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off and let that finish drying, and then the next time you see her, she's going to be completely finished. So pretty happy with how she's coming out. I think the old school Valpartha sculpts that have a lot of depth and detail in them really take that contrast paint really well. I think that looks really nice on them. I'm really liking how the contrast paint looks on the old school miniatures. Like you look at the Grenadier Dwellers Below set I did a few weeks back, and I think it just came out looking fantastic with the contrast paints. And now this Valpartha Forgotten Realms Heroes set is looking really good with these contrast paints too. So I'm pretty happy with how these are coming out. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to shut this off and let this dry, and then the next time you see her, she'll be completely finished. Alright, see you soon. Bye. And there she is, Robyn from the Forgotten Realms Heroes box set from Valpartha. Came out in 1985, is done, and she looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how she turned out. The tuft came out a little bit bigger than I had intended, but it all came off in one piece, so that's what got glued on there rather than trying to trim it back. That looks alright, so I'm pretty happy with her. So next week we will be doing Wolfgar, and that is mostly out of superstition. I will probably be back to work by the time that airs, but I wanted to have 14 videos rather than 13 and on Robyn there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bang out Wolfgar here. He is also from the Forgotten Realms Heroes box set, and then we'll see what happens from there. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Oh, too close. There we go. Alright, see you next week, brush monkeys. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, click subscribe. Both of those help me with my YouTube numbers and help support me doing and what I do best. Speaking of which, if you want to support me more directly, you can visit my Patreon site and go on my Instagram page to see all the miniatures that I paint on this site and how to get your hands on one of your own if you want one. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. You can check both of those to see when new videos get posted. And visit my merch store at storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.